Good morning, Mark Z. I see you. Can you guys see me? I mean, not me, but the platypus. I'm having technical IT issues this morning here. We spent the last half hour just trying to get back online. Okay, good, Jonathan. Thank you. Good. I've been like fighting Wi-Fi all morning, but finally got a good signal. Good morning, my friends. A quick thought, and then we'll get started here. When you're cooking fish, you know that if you keep prodding the flesh, it will start to fall apart and it won't cook nicely. That's the same exact thing with your thoughts. Don't keep prodding them. Be mindful of them and give them a chance to cook. Let them cook along on their own and surprise you with the outcome via your intuition. Trust the process. I like that. I like that. Leave the fish alone. Okay? Leave the fish alone. Good morning. We have birthdays here today. We have a Vegas birthday. And we have a Herbie Von Werby Kabop birthday. Thank you for letting me know in advance. Vegas and Herbie. Pop Croon said he'd be stopping by closer to 10 o'clock. We'll see if he can make it. I hope he does. I'm sure he will for both of you. Okay? Good morning, everybody. And Herbie Von Werby Kabop. So his name's really not Herbie Von Werby Kabop. It's Herbie Connerby. Herbie Connerby. That's not even his name. His name is Steven. And he's handsome and he's really intelligent. I dare you to get in a conversation with him. I'll say no more. A really nice guy. Super, super smart. I'll say a whole lot more about that. Broken Furby. Oh, there's a couple of them around here. broken human Furby. You're a broken human Furby. Oh, there's nothing broken about you, Herbie. You are. I love you, man. I love you, man. Don't give me that broken Furby business. I want to give something away this morning. Okay, my ex-broker. Jesus Christ, you're creepy. Every morning I can count on one creep. It's that guy in Australia. He's gonna Herbie Von Furby Kabop. Furby. Boom. I think that's your new name, bro. Herbie Von Furby. Kabop. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, April Mush Fest this last Mush Fest in April. Oh, he starts talking and you might as well hold on for the next half hour or so because there's going to be a lot coming at you. Oh, of course we love Jesus, Billy D. You have to have the most sarcastic. And why his name has to be Jesus? It should be Satan. It should be Satan. You know it. There's no question about it. Did you guys see when on Friday at Mushfest, was it Friday or Saturday? I know what it was. It was Monday. I don't remember when it was. Don't give Herbie Von Furby the phone with a camera on it. He wants to host his own show. Herbie, tell the truth. Do you want to host your own show? Herbie, tell the truth. Do you want to host your own show? Would you be satisfied? He says, sure, I know you do. Would you be satisfied with the guest appearance on occasion? Not that many people want to host shows. They're like, I'm a little camera shy. Furby is like, I'm over here, man. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. If you were at April with Furby Kebab, you know exactly. Give me a couple of people. Back me up here. Free? Help me out. Somebody back me up. There was a lot of Furby. I'm not even talking about in October with the Daniel C. Give me a couple of people. There was a conversation leader, the Sharon. That is so polite of you. Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm moving on. That is so polite of you. Jesus Christ, every time I read one of your comments, I'm creeping out. You're creepy. Conversation leader. He's a communicator extraordinaire. Okay, how's that? Communicator extraordinaire. Let's do a quick giveaway. We haven't done one of these in a while. I'm going to read a definition of a word. I'm going to read the definition of a word. The first person to spell the word that I have defined correctly on my screen. Now you have to put it on the screen. It has to be spelled correctly. Okay? We're making fun of her because it's his birthday and we love him. So I'm going to read a definition, and you guys are going to get smart, and you're going to start typing. You ready? Here we go. Here's the definition. To change or modify something for the better. To improve it or to alter it. Go. Enhance, upgrade. Enhance. It's not enhance. Morphosize, modify, remodel, enhance. Paige got it correct. Page. To amend. We have amended. All those other ones were actually good answers. But the answer for us this morning is to amend. To amend something. It generally means that you're attempting to improve it. Okay? Ameliorate. Get out of here with ameliorate. Okay? Paige. Good job, Miss Paige. Paige, I'm going to show you something that you're going to win. Okay? If you can't use this, you let me know. We'll work at something else out for you. Paige, do you need pop soil? Paige, do you need pop soil? Are you growing anything right now and you could use pop soil? Would that be a yes or a no? No pressure. If you're not growing anything right now, just say, no, not right this moment. I don't need any pop soil. Let me know, because I have something here. Is Paige in the middle of anything? Or is Paige waiting and she's putting it together or what? What's going on? And I'm not growing at the moment, but I have everything but the soil, so you need the soil. Bottom line. So what I'm sending you, this thank you card. CCS put these cards together for us, and I love this card so much, okay? Because it's very basic. It just says thank you. It doesn't tell you we're big shots. It's not trying to like, oh, look at us, big old pictures of anybody. We're not, nobody's taking credit for anything. We're just thanking people. This is a neat thank you card, but it's also really cool because it also has the old UPC code or whatever they call it, where you can just scan over the top of this And boop, you're straight at the site. You're right there. Okay? And it also says, for all your mycology supplies, please visit us by scanning below. So we're staying pretty innocuous thing, but it's classy too, in my opinion. Okay? Guess what I'm going to be doing for the next, every once in a while, for the next couple of weeks? I want to get some of these cards out to you guys in your hands just because I know you're going to need to scan sooner or later, okay? So what I'm sending Paige is a thank you card. It's also going to be attached to 10 micro caps, boop, Ghost, 200 milligram. And on the back, she can redeem this card for $1 or 1 bag of pop soil. 1 free bag of pop soil. Okay? I know it doesn't sound like, but here's what I'm going to do. I mail this to you, Paige. You pull it out and you go to the site. You order the pop soil, but you don't pay. Don't pay. Just send me a picture of the card. Just send me a picture of the card. Then that order is already paid for. And boop, off it'll go to you. So it's a, okay? It's a pretty good one. Now, Paige, in your case, if you need you already know what's coming. If you need the pop soil sooner than the card gets there, just write me and tell me. I know you got a card coming, and I know you got a bag of pop soil coming. Okay? But I'll need you, all you have to do when you receive, now later today, I'm giving away 2 gift certificates on the back of cards to you guys. And again, all you're going to do, you're going to go over to the site, you're going to pick out some stuff, you're not going to pay. Don't hit the pay button, but send the order in. And then send me a picture of what's on the back, and we'll get that to you. Okay? Do I still have grain bags uncolonized? Yes, Herbie Von Werby Kebab. Yes. Herbie, send me your address. I'll send you 1 for your birthday. I already sent you something last week, so I'm feeling generous, and I'm not as birthdayed out with you this week. But if you send me your address today, I'll send you 1 bag of uncolonized grain. I'm writing your name down, and I'm waiting for that address. Happy birthday. Doesn't sound like a lot, but added to the things I sent you last week, it's okay. Okay? Herbie, send me that. Send me that information, and boop, I'll send it to him. All right? Now, Mark Zamarin's trying to climb on there. Do you two know each other? Is Mark Zamarin anywhere around Herbie? Do you two hang out? Do you two know each other? Good morning, James. Herbie, are you and Mark pals? I mean, like, where if I... same city? Same... No, Mark. Okay, you got me. Get out of here, Mark Zamarin. That was your last one on me today. Okay. Amend. The reason we used the definition this morning, amend, the reason we used the word amend this morning is because the reading at the end of today is going to be about amends. About amends. Any of us that have been in recovery and are still understand conceptually amends, but do we really? We don't want amends to become a reason to use again, and sometimes they do. So, excuse me, we'll talk about that briefly. In the meantime, I had requests. I had a request, like 3 or 4 recently. Pops! Pops, you've stopped being funny. You're not nearly as funny as you used to be. What's wrong with you? I'm not. No, you're not. You haven't done a pop joke. You haven't done any of the jokes in forever. Well, okay, then what do you call a... I'm going to ask Jesus Christ this personally. Hey, JC, Australia guy, what do you call a lazy kangaroo? The nerve of people. What do you call Australia? What do you call a lazy kangaroo? Let's see what Australia knows about their own kangaroos. Huh? What do you call it? Australia's thinking hard. He's going, oh no. I never think positively. I'm always thinking negatively. I don't know. A dangeroo, no. What do you call a lazy kangaroo? I'm waiting on Jesus Christ in Australia. A cantaroo. That's pretty good. Has JC answered, or is he too embarrassed that he doesn't know? A lazy kangaroo. It's called a pouch potato. It's a pouch potato. I kind of like the cantaroo. I ain't doing shitaroo. Yeah, did you guys know Pops back in the day was, and this is a true story, I was a part owner in a pet store. My brother-in-law was running owned a pet store. A little bit of financial difficulties. I said, let me step in, I'll help you a little bit, but I want to rearrange your store. I want to learn retail 101 at the ground level. And we sold birds at this place, birds and chickens, chicken supplies, urban farming stuff right in the middle of Los Angeles. Wes's Pet and Feed, you can still find it. It's still out there. They didn't rename it once we sold it. So I had fun there. I'd go there part-time and I'd work at the old hen shack. Okay? I used to run a dating service for the chickens, but I was struggling to make hens meet. Hens meet? You get it. We made them meet. It all worked out. It was a cool-ass store. It was the coolest store. People would come there because they wanted to be chicken, you're talking $250,000, $300,000 a year people, and they're like, I want a chicken, and I'm going to teach my little Nancy all about chickens. It's like, so people are growing chickens in their backyard. Yeah. I think most of us know this one already, but I'm going to say it anyways. You know how when you're an actor, who's ever acted in a school play? That's a good one, Streety. Who's ever acted in a school play? Maybe in community theater. You should see Brock do community theater. Oh my God. Whew, he's an actor. Who's ever been, good morning, Ricky. Come on, Jonathan Kay's been in it. He's been in a play. Jesus Christ played God. You used to play God every day, bro. Kim was in a church Christmas play. She was the camel. I think she was the camel. Penny was too shy. I can't believe it. Nope. Woz was Captain Hook. Did you use the old fake hookaroo? I was Captain Hook for Halloween, and I ended up in a police car. Yeah. Captain Hook was in the police car. Miss Rose saved me. Community service hours do not count, RX. If they did, we'd both be fine. Oh, Hank says it wasn't my scene. You guys are funny. I want you guys to host the show. But, okay, so you're an actor, okay? How many, we've all known this, even if you've never heard it yourself, you're ready to go on stage and they say, break a leg. Why do they do that? Why do they tell you to break a leg? Because every play has a cast. All righty, let's move on to the jungles. Let's go to a jungle now, okay? Is this okay, Free? Am I doing all right? Free was the one. Pops, you better do some jokes. You've been losing it lately. I'm like, okay. You guys could thank Free for this morning's entertainment, okay? You're blaming Free, not me. Let's move to the jungle. How do you open a banana? How do you open a banana? With a monkey. All right then. Split it. Did you guys hear about the guy? Medical marvel. Medical marvel. He had his whole left side cut off. Don't worry. He's doing all right now. I had two watchdogs. Penny. Their names were Timex and Rolex. All right. Now you're a snail. Let's be a snail. Pretend you're a snail. Get in your mindset. Come on, man. I'm a snail. Seriously, get into it. Get into character, snail character. Be a snail. Now you're a snail. Think about this. If you're a snail, say you're a snail. And you're lucky enough to get a ride on a turtle's back. What would you say? Whee! That guy's going fast as he's ever gone. Stupid. Whee! I'm having a ball. Get off of that turtle. I'm running a science experiment. I'm doing a science experiment, Higgs. Okay? So I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know. Which comes first? I'll let you know, okay? I heard them both at the same exact time, okay? Penny, which is coming first? We'll finally get the answer. We've been looking for an answer to this one for a long, long time, okay? This is what we need to know. Okay. You know what happened in Moms and Hags? They were going at it one day. I listened. I was there and I was eavesdropping. I'm not kidding you. Moms and Hags. Moms told Hags Stop acting like a flamingo. So he put his foot down. Dumb. Cleanie's so good at sleeping. Cleanie can sleep with his eyes closed. How does an octopus? How does an octopus? We'll be here all week, folks. Mizzou, I'll stop now if you want. I gotta. Okay, how did an octopus go into battle? Well armed, my friend. Well armed. All right. Anybody ever been to a fortune teller before? Anybody ever had like their fortune told? Mine didn't come out. She was like, no. Whatever, I forget what it was, but whatever they told me was like, pfft, that was a dumb one. I wasted $15 on the gypsy. Who's ever had their fortune told? Tell the truth. Just by Brock. It doesn't count. Tarot card. I'm talking, you go in to some professional, pay me to tell you your future, lady. Oh, true story. My sister-in-law, my now sister-in-law, who's married to my brother. My brother, some of you know, his wife was Los Angeles City Police Department policewoman, and she was the first woman in the history of LA Police Department to be killed in the line of duty. So my very, very good friend, he actually married a friend of mine from high school, my brother, Tina. And you can look her up. Just look up the story of Tina Kerbrat online. You'll see a picture of her in a police uniform and everything. So my brother marries her. They have two beautiful babies. And then she was killed, shot in the head, dead at 31. He starts dating my sister's best friend. Now my sister's best friend. They're both in an escrow. He lives on the West Coast. She lives on the East Coast in Maryland. This beautiful lady named Anne. And he starts dating this lady named Anne. And my brother like really fell for her, and he fell very quickly. He was lonely. You know, two babies, two kids. And he starts flying back and forth almost every weekend, or he'd have her flown out. I was like amazed. I go, this is serious. These guys, they're doing some serious frequent flying just to hang out and see each other. And then there was a part of me that was like, I wonder if this is going to work. And it's not only worked, but Anne has just been literally a matriarch to the whole family. Just amazing lady. But why I tell the story is she went to a fortune teller about, her story is, and this is, you know, a legend in our family now. She went to a fortune teller about 3 weeks before she met my brother. And maybe my sister had talked about him a little bit here or there, but he was a married man, right? She didn't even hear about him more or less until Tina had been killed in the tragedy. Anyways, she went to a fortune teller, and the fortune teller told her that you will marry a man who is a widower with 2 children, and whatever he does for work, he wears a uniform. Oh, by the way, his passed away wife, I can see it, his passed away wife wore a uniform. She didn't know anything about any of this. She just walked out of there. That was a weird one. I'm going to marry somebody that's like a widower. And sure enough, that story came true. There's one of the only fortune teller I think that's ever worked on the planet of Earth. But she swears by that fortune teller that she was like, it came true almost to the T, like the fortune teller told her before she knew anything about it. And that kind of gives you the willies, doesn't it? Anybody got goosebumps over that one? That's a different story right there. So she meets the guy. He's got 2 kids, and he's in the fire department. So, and he's in the fire department for the next 40 years. So she certainly met a guy that had wife had worn a uniform and he wore a uniform. Yeah. So every once in a while, I guess those fortune tellers work. Every once in a while. The reason I mention fortune tellers is because I was asking if any of us have been to one. The last one that I went to was a little on the pudgy side. So I think that it was more a fortune teller than a fortune teller. Fortune. Long story to get that joke out. That was a long story. Jeez, Pops. All right. One final one, and this would be specifically, that was a long ride. All right, Cleety? Ought to set up on that one. I didn't even close it very well, but it's a true story. Okay, and final one for today. I've enjoyed doing this. Thanks, Free, for reminding me how fun it is. What do you call a pony with a sore throat? What do you call a pony with a sore throat? Simple. It's a little horse. That's what you call it. I was watching on the news this morning. Okay. Anybody want me to do pop jokes tomorrow? Give me 5 people to say, Pops, do us some more jokes tomorrow. I actually enjoy the hell out of it. You know how it is when you make yourself laugh? Give me 5 people. Say, give me some more tomorrow. And blame Free, too. You guys got to blame Free for this. You can't blame me. I wouldn't have thought of it. I wouldn't have done it if it weren't for Free. Free did it. Okay? Let's do a giveaway. True, false. True, false. I'm going to say, thank you, Free. Please, sir, can we have another? I love you guys. I want to just sit here one day and just read your comments. One of these days, you guys, it's going to be your job to crack me up, which isn't, it's easy for you guys to do. Smart people are funny. Did you ever notice that? I think humor is a sign of incredible intelligence. I've known some people like, huh? What? I don't get it. Banana? Open a banana with a monkey? I don't get it. What's a monkey? How's a monkey gonna open a banana? I don't get it, man. Can you just pass me another beer? Do you know any guy like that? I know a few. I'm going to read 3 statements to you. Excuse me. I have this one runny nose here. I'm going to apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's even better. Like, what's a banana? Huh? I'm going to read 3 statements. You're going to tell me if they're true or false. The first 3 people to get the 3 answers correct. The 3 statements correct. Good morning to Guy Arian. Guy, you don't even know it, but we throw chocolate donuts at you when you're new here, first time or 2, and we ask you to hold on to those donuts because we're never going to give you another thing, okay? So chocolate donuts, pretend you're coming into like an AA meeting, a CA, an NA, any of the A meetings, a GA, any of them A meetings. You know, you can go over and get a free donut. And then after that, they start looking at you and wondering, why didn't you bring donuts this time? It's your second time here and you haven't brought a box of your own donuts, dude? And then you don't go back to that meeting. Find another one. There's my 3 statements, okay? This is KACCS, absolutely. Kindness Anonymous, okay? I'm going to read 3 statements. Here we go. Future President Donald Trump appeared in the first Home Alone movie in 1990. True or false? Secondly, former President Barack Obama collects comic books. True or false? Thirdly, videos recorded using the TikTok app can be up to 3 minutes long. True or false? Go. I'm looking for 3 people that have the answer correct, and boom, there they are. I got them already. I have them already. Hold on. Let me write them down so I don't forget. And there's the 3rd one. None of these guys have won anything recently, so this is going to be fun for one of them. The answers are, and then I'll tell you who those 3 guys got it. Future President Donald Trump appeared in the first Home Alone movie in 1990. That is incredibly false. He appeared in the Home Alone 2 movie. Okay? Former President Barack Obama collects comic books. That is incredibly true. He has a collection of Spider-Man and Conan the Barbarian movies, comics. Excuse me. I used to collect Conan the Barbarian. I have no idea what happened to that collection, but I had like every single one from the very first one. And then I don't know what happened. I had them. Thirdly, videos using the TikTok app can be up to 3 minutes long. Incredibly false. The maximum length of TikTok videos is 60 seconds. I know, James. I'm sure Brock has something to do with it. No, I don't know whatever happened. I had literally the very first one through however many. It was a big deal. I really liked Conan the Barbarian. I thought I was going to be Conan when I grew up, but then I found out I didn't have that muscle set up. So I just played rugby and tried to run fast. Okay? Good morning, Golden O. So the 3 people that got that correct on my screen first, there's 3 of you. Satter Wolf, I'm going to give you the number 1 position. Satter Wolf. B. Hendricks. I didn't say B. Joe Walsh. I said B. Hendricks. He's going to be number 2. And then Derek Anderson of the Generosity Tribe is going to be number 3. So here we go. And it's looking like a Satter Wolf to me. Satter Wolf. So Satter, here's what you get. Satter Wolf. You ready, Satter? Watch, I'm writing as we go. I'll have you. Here we go. No, sorry. Here we go. We're going to send you a $20 gift certificate that you can redeem online at the Detroit Mush Lab.net. You go over there, pick out anything, run it up, and send me a picture. And we'll subtract $20 from anything that you find or want to get over there. Okay? And then I'm also going to add 10 caps like this. So you'll be getting 10 caps and your gift certificate, and then you can figure out what you want over there, okay, rather than me just figuring out what to send you. So we're going to send Satterwolf this. I'm going to actually write your name on it. So when you go to redeem your certificate, all you'll need to do is take a screenshot of this and send it along with your order, and we'll make sure that that gets taken care of for you. Okay? Thank you for doing that, and thank you, period. FAE, let's talk about FAE just a little bit more today. Got our FAE on. Yesterday we talked about it a lot, but I talked about it from the perception of the creator, of being proud of what we do, and that the mushrooms teach us. Gosh, they've taught me a lot. I've learned more kindness and learned more humility. It is incredibly humbling to receive a letter telling you that some mother is starting to remember things that she had forgotten. That you could literally see mom's golden age syndromes healing. And when you get something like a letter like that, you know why you're doing what you do. Talk about traumatic experiences, people working themselves through deep, deep trauma in their lives. And it's like, okay, I've learned now and I can move on from that trauma. That's huge. Being one that has suffered. The good news is I know I don't have to suffer anymore. I don't suffer, actually. The word suffer is kind of crap. If anything I'm experiencing and I don't like it, it's not suffering. It's something I need to move through. It's an old self dying that'll get buried and it'll give new roots to something new. The biggest reason for FAE, besides our first 10 days of colonizing, in our first 10 days, the FAE is important. We want to exchange air, but you only have to do it once every 24 hours. You only have to do it once every 24 hours. It's now that you're going to move into the fruiting stage of your cake. You're going to take your cake and say, I want you to start producing fruit for me now. That's when you change the FAE. Because that's when in nature, our mushrooms and the mycelium has just reached the earth's surface, and it's starting to feel the air flow across it in a much more exaggerated way than it was just a developing mycelium, just subterraneous. There, and believe it or not, if our mycelium's just right under the surface, it's still feeling some air exchange. And we still want the air inside our tubs to be unpolluted with too much CO2. That's why we'll eliminate it once every 24 hours for the first 10 days. But on day 11, and I use these numbers, they're rounded off, but I believe in them. Every once in a while, you'll see a cake that's doing so good, it's really colonized, it's kicking. You can move it into fruiting at day 8. You're the one looking at it once every 24 hours, and it's the condition. It's just the top of your cake, pretty white. Does it look like it's really developed? The mycelium's really well developed? If so, now's the time to change it into a fruiting condition. 8th, 9th, 10th day. If you're not seeing good colonization by day 15, and you're sitting there looking at it, goes, then there's probably something not quite right with your cake. I hate to say it, and it would be hard from a distance to analyze why, but you should be pretty well colonized at 15 days on a standard, regular 2-to-1 ratio mix of substrate to spawn. Even more so if you kick up your ratio. So if you're not seeing good colonization at about day 15, start looking at your procedure. Start looking at, was your soil a good soil? Was it well pasteurized? Did you do something not right with the mix? Was it weak genetics? You can start looking at that. And then if you do have a problem like that, on occasion, go ahead and send me a picture and see if I can coach it with you. Sometimes there's a way to save a cake that isn't getting there. And maybe we could talk about that next week too. There's a couple little tricks that we could use that could save a cake that looks like it's not going to make it. All right? But at day 10, right about the time I see most of the time that I'm running tubs, right about day 10, we have to increase the FAE in our tub for the purposes of triggering the mycelium to begin to pin, to begin to develop primordia, which are the tiny little white dots that are going to turn into teeny little pins that are going to get bigger and bigger. I wonder if I have a picture here. Give me a second. I probably should have had this ready. Give me 1 second, I apologize. Here we go. This isn't the greatest example, but it's a good example. Okay? You see, forget that you really are seeing baby pins now, okay? What you see in the very beginning is these little teeny little white dots like that right there. You'll see little teeny like white dots like that are like this. And then they start to grow into a little bit bigger of a pin. This is all the primordia stage, okay? And then here, well, now we're starting to turn into real fruit, all right? But it's when you are well colonized and you start seeing these little white dots, boop, 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 these tiny little white dots, that's when it's time to change your tub, whatever size it is, to a fruiting condition. The way we do that is air exchange. We up the air, the amount of times that we're going to fan our tub a day. We also put it on a light cycle of pretend that you're the sun and the moon. You can pick your own light cycle. The light type doesn't matter much at all. We'll discuss that again. Regular old shop light, an LED light, almost any light will work. And then we put it on a 12 and 12 cycle just because that's simple. You could put it on 10 hours on and 14 hours off, and it wouldn't hurt. But just 12 and 12 is a nice average. Why are we doing a light cycle at this point? Because we said earlier, we're now at the fruiting stage. We're now imitating that the mushroom out in nature the mycelium has just breached the surface of the earth, and it's getting more wind across it, and now it's getting light during the day and dark during the night. Before it was all dark all the time, colonizing time. Now it's time for it to wake up and fruit. So we're going to give it a 12 and 12, and we're going to give more air across the surface of this thing. That just naturally, the DNA inside the mushroom begins to behave scared. He feels like he's going to die. This isn't where I want to be. I would rather be back under the earth in a warm little place and just developing more mycelium. But now that you're going to kill me, now that there's light on me 12 hours a day and you're giving me all of this FAE, I know you're trying to kill me. So I'm going to save myself, and I'm going to create a bunch of penises, shoot out a bunch of ejaculation spores, and hopefully one of those finds a log somewhere and saves me. And that's what we're doing. Maturing mushrooms require a significant drop in the CO2. They can't have as much CO2 as they were while they were maturing. One of the ways we get rid of the CO2 is fanning. It needs a significant drop in CO2 and an influx of oxygen to properly develop. This increase in fresh air provides a signal that the mushroom should now develop a fruit body to sporulate. As such, this environmental change is considered the main trigger to initiating fruiting. Some species, such as oysters, require a significantly greater amount of fresh air than other species. Other species, such as risi and enoki, are intentionally fruited in high CO2 to encourage the long stalks that kind of mushroom likes. So at the end of the game, the most important thing to know is I need my mushrooms to start fruiting. It's time. You're going to change the environment a little bit on them by really giving them some good, strong oxygen, taking away that CO2 that they've been sitting in there for 24 hours at a time. We recommend an every 4-hour cycle of fanning your tubs. Every 4 hours. You could modify that and go to 6, but I don't like to do that. I know that my mushrooms are sitting in there starving for new fresh air, and I'm not really pinning them as well. I know that now it's starting to fruit, and if I only fan it like 3 times a day, there's a chance, pretty good chance, that my mushrooms are going to start getting fuzzy feet at this point. And I'm looking at somebody's mushrooms and they're showing me a picture and it's got fuzzy feet. And the first thing I say to myself is, you haven't been doing the FAE. Even though you think you are, and you probably are, that mushroom, that cake, those mushrooms, they need more. They're telling you that. Now, is it a bad thing? No. Are they still strong? Yes. But are you treating the mushroom the way it deserved to be treated, that you committed to treat it like when you birthed it? Or did you, when you made your cake, said, I guarantee you, at the end of this, I'm not going to pay a lot of attention, and if I get fuzzy feet on these things, so what? If you're that guy, would you please stop growing mushrooms? Can you not be that guy? Can you be the guy that makes a commitment when you first start it, that you're going to give it your best? You know how easy it is? The first 10 days, you're only got to worry about it once a day. After that, you're only talking another 10, 11, 12 days total. paying close attention to something that you've been creating for months now. And all you have to do, I know it's a pain, you have to get up once in the at night. Like, you remember when you had a baby? Do you remember? Remember sometimes they'd cry in the middle of the night? What did you do? Nah, I'm not going to worry about it. He could cry until morning. Did you get up? Did you walk the baby? Did you get a little whatever it took to get the baby back to sleep? Did you coddle it and take care of it? You created that baby. Well, you're creating mushroom tubs. And you don't have to spend it's not going to take a lot of time to make your baby feel better. 1 minute per tub. Well, we did here until we went auto system. That's a fact. I set my alarm clock for every 4 hours. 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., 8 p.m., midnight, 4 a.m. My midnights and my 4 a.m.s were the hard ones. Sometimes I'd already fallen asleep before midnight. Beep, my alarm goes off. I get to do one of two things. I could push the button and ignore it, or I could say, I have a responsibility that's bigger than me. That's what grew me. That's what grew me. Waking up at midnight. Waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning for the next session. That's what grew me. Because if I could do that, and I did, with the regularity, 2 years of never sleeping at midnight and never sleeping at 4 o'clock in the morning. Never. Because I didn't have an auto system. I'm happy to be doing my manual. I proved to myself, if I could do that, I'm committed. I got this. There isn't anybody out there anywhere in the world keeping my score that wouldn't say, that's a pretty good score. I grew myself. I grew my self-image. Can you imagine your self-image? I don't want to get up. I don't want to take, I'd rather sleep in right now. 10 days in the cycle. From day 10, 11 to day 20 when it's about to harvest. If you can't sacrifice 10 4 o'clocks in the morning, then you shouldn't be growing mushrooms. If you did get up all 10, 11 days at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you fanned your mushrooms, wait till you see your mushrooms. Wait till you start giving them away. Wait till you start seeing the pride in them. And then finally, how do you look in the mirror this morning? Man, you're bigger. You are a bigger human being because of fungus. I told you that stuff will grow us. Way more than we grow it. The self-image that you get of, like, I've got discipline, man. I haven't ever been disciplined in anything. Some of us. Never been disciplined at anything in your whole life. But this one. And you don't have to do another tub for a while. Just do this one. Those stuff, man, they're sitting there waiting for us to learn. Free has it right. They're the ancient ones. There's no Gaza strips inside any tubs that I've ever seen. Let's do our reading for today. Does that sound good to you guys? I want to motivate you to really pay attention to the FAE on your tubs. I really want you to do that. And I want it for the mushroom's sake, but I want it for your growth sake. That's what I want. And set that timer to where whatever works for you. Mine was midnight and 4. Those were my 2 witching hours. Some of you guys got it made. You have partners that you live with. It's your turn. Huh? Huh? You know what's funny though is most of us with partners, the other one isn't into it at all. They like you because you're growing, but they're like, nah, that's weird. Most of them are like, I just love it when, like moms, I love when Hags grows mushrooms. How about you? No, I don't want to grow mushrooms. Okay, no, what are you talking about? Okay, there's a lot like that. It's pretty cool. CCS, you're hilarious. And Sandy, I agree with you. You have an amazing partner. My partner, I wanted it to be Brock, but he's like, nah, nope. I'll do the show on Monday though. Nah, it's totally different because we did. We don't even do it here anymore. But I have to go to the grow house at least once a day. Sometimes 2, 3, 5 times a day. Sometimes I have to stay there. Sometimes I'm sleeping on the couch there, and I have to get up and comb my hair and run over here and do the show. Okay. Be committed. Be nature. She sure is committed. She never quits. That's why I started the Be Nature. Because I looked at nature and I said, nature never once stops. It never takes a day off. It never says it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm too tired to fan my mushrooms. Doesn't do that. Nature's never once told a mushroom, I'm not fanning you. No, it might have overfanned it. Might have rained on it. It's never once taken a day off. The sun comes up every single day. So when I say be nature, sometimes I have to remind myself just the discipline of it. Making amends. Making amends. There is hurt and there is love. They roll us through the days like a turtle down a hill. All we can do when on our back is roll one more time and head for the sea. Stones loosened by storms cover paths, and uprooted trees break newly formed nests. And crisis after crisis throws us into each other. It is inevitable. Stay alive, and you will be hurt, and you will hurt others. Unintended hurt is as common. Unintended. We hurt people in unintentional ways many, many times. It was unintended, but we do it. We cause hurt. Because it's unintended, are we still responsible? If we cause hurt unintentionally, are we still responsible? Satterwolf thinks yes. Anderson thinks yes. Penny thinks yes. Niffy says absolutely. We're still responsible, B says. Catzilla says, of course we are. Every single one of you, except for Jesus Christ, agrees. And I do too. Stay alive and you will be hurt. And you will hurt others too. Unintended hurt is as common as branches snapped in the wind. But it's unacknowledged hurt that becomes a wound. Unintentional is one thing. We're still responsible. But unacknowledged, I hurt you and I don't even acknowledge it, that creates the wound. I can hurt two different ways, unintentionally and without acknowledging it. I'm aware, but I didn't own it. It's the unacknowledged hurt that becomes a wound. Just as our only recourse to falling down is getting up, our only recourse to hurting others is to acknowledge what we've done and clean up the mess. This is known as making amends. A simple yet enormous act of integrity that restores trust. And trust, after all, is the soil that holds the root of humankind. Without it, life on earth begins to eat itself dry. What causes us to hurt each other? It's hard to say. But it seems that being human, we are subject to many ancient and powerful opposites found in life. Among those that impact us constantly are the light and the dark, yeses and nos, fear and peace. For it is out of fear that we feel the need to isolate ourselves. You isolators know that one. It's out of fear that we choose to isolate ourselves. It's out of fear that we choose to control others. It is out of fear that we lift ourselves up above others. When not afraid, when in a moment of peace, we feel quite a different world. We feel a sudden requirement to connect and to belong to other living things. This is when we're in peace. And it is then in the act of true embrace that we love one another. Still, as no one in daily life is exempt from both sleeping and waking, no one can escape feeling both fear and peace. And so no one can escape being both hurtful and loving. But the world is kept whole. Listen to this. The world is kept whole by those who can overcome their fear, however briefly. The blood of life itself is kept vital by those who can simply and bravely repair their separations time and time again. You have to have the personal capacity to time and time again repair those things you separated. Have that personal integrity to bring peace to yourself as the process. Will it bring peace to the other person? I don't know. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking at that you have the responsibility to make the amend, to take responsibility for what you've done, and grow from it. Even if our awareness of being hurtful comes years after delivering the hurt, the smallest word or gesture, owning what we've done, can reopen the heart. You have an old friend, broken relationship, you did it. Who knows what that next text saying, you know what? It's finally time for me to tell you I was wrong. I was out of line. I'm not looking for anything from you. I just wanted to let you know. I was wrong. We could even say that to our kids. Parents, we have a lot of amends to make to our kids. I was out of line arguing with your mom in front of you. I was out of line when I told you that you were a liar. What I should have told you was you're a truth teller and you just made a mistake. There's a lot of amends we can make. And it's simply by being impeccable and have integrity. Our gentleman yesterday, Bob Johnson, I made a mistake. I gave the swab to somebody I shouldn't have. Tell the truth, make an amend, and then you move on. Final giveaway for today. You guys ready? Ready for your final giveaway today? This is a good reading. It's a really good reading. I need to remind myself. My side of the street's pretty clean. It really is. It stays pretty clean because I do my amends on a regular basis. And when I find out, man, I hurt her and I didn't even know it. Let me do my best to fix that. They can hold on to it for the rest of their lives if they want to, but I've done what I can. I've said what I could say from the bottom of my heart with true and just meaning. And after that, where they take it, where they live with it, I'm not responsible for that. Okay? Jester, the book is called The Book of Awakenings. The Book of Awakenings. It's a good book. All right, let's do a final giveaway. I did a number between 1 and 50. The first person to say on my screen is going to get a gift certificate. Go. Thank you, Niffy. First person on my screen that gets it correct is going to get a gift certificate. Okay? Gift certificate to head on over to the site and get yourself something you need. In all of my mycology supplies, everything you need is over there. I love you guys. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for playing these games with me. I actually have a whole lot of fun. This was my new one. I was like, why don't they pick their own thing instead of me pick it for them? Guess who just got it? Daniel Cunningham. Daniel Cunningham with a 31. Daniel Cunningham said 31. The answer was 31. Congratulations, Daniel Cunningham. Daniel, the broken human Furby Cunningham. Dan, there's one thing we don't have over at the site. I'm just going to say this to you. There's one thing we don't have over at the site, and that's ashes. We don't have any supplemental ashes. I'm sorry, but I think you've got that covered, okay? Here we go. We're going to make this one for 25. Gift certificate. Daniel C. So I'm going to mail this and a 10 to you, and after you get it, you go shopping. Okay? I love you guys. Have a great day. I tease the heck out of that guy, don't I? Actually, I wrote that on the wrong card. Hold on. $20? Okay, I wrote that on the card. Wrong card. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll get these mailed out to you guys, but I need your address. Give me your address at the DetroitMushLab.net, and I'll mail these gift certificates out and capsules out to you guys. And then you guys are going to go shopping and come back and tell me what I can do for you. Okay? Have a great day, you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys had as much fun and learned as much as I did. Free, thanks for making me do jokes this morning. It was fun. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 tomorrow. Wait. That one. Go have a good day, you guys. Have a beautiful day. Matt and Daniel Cunningham and Holly M and Married Michael and Mushmouth and Daniel C. and Cleany. There's my clean guy. And Free and Kimberly. Have a great day, Kim. Satter and Penny Pack. Okay, thank you, Satter. Daniel Cunningham. Deborah, she's a pearl. Hip meow. Kitty. Nippy, love to see you, girl. Mark Z. There he is. Bob Johnson. D. Anderson. Nerdy Nature. Danny, he's not a singleton. He's like a multiton. Danny Multiton. But his last name's Singleton. But he's Multiton. Cleany and B. Hendricks and Daniel and Hags. Love you, Hags. And Mikey and Billy D. And Satterwolf and Billy D. You're the wake-up king. Good job. Hip Kitty, Jolie Cantor. Hello, Jolie. File 12. There he is. Wait a minute. Did I just make a mistake? File 13. Holly M. Herbie Von Furby Kebab. There it is. Grady. Jester. Married Michael. Gus, I forgot to sing the songs. I forgot to sing songs. Pops Kearns will be here tomorrow. Boy, I made a mistake on the songs. Michael Patterson, I love having you here, man. Shanti. Deborah, you're a pearl. Carrie, the smiling Craigo. Sandman, I love you. Holly M. Cleany, Jesus Christ. Trini, write them for me. R&R Shrooms, Mushmouth. Love you, kid. Danny Singleton, Jesus Christ. Daniel, Arian Alba. I hope you're here tomorrow. RX1s, I'll see you on the community service line, bro. I'm on bus 12. Which one are you on? Justin, okay, Med Rosie, Herbie and Mike and Daniel and Hip and Pagey and Jesus Christ in Australia. Mike Barabal and D. Anderson and JC and File 13 and Mike Z and Jackie Kiao, Kit. Kitty Cat, Mizu, Mike, Daniel, Mark, Herbie, Married, and Mark pops out. See you guys tomorrow. Harvest kindness and then give it away.